And now we're going to start the lecture for drafting 131. Look at the modules first. In the agenda. All right, so we already saw the attributes concept last time. I am going to briefly work on that again today. And remember that we need to submit our drawing 2 pretty soon. Let's see the schedule. So drawing 2 is due on Wednesday. So I'm going to review what needs to be on that submittal today as well. Okay, let's start out again. And we're going to open that drawing. So this is drawing D, and I am going to open my title block. All right, so this is the title block I'm going to use. And I also have here that drawing called sheet information. So I am going to open that as well. This sheet information drawing is where I created the attributes that are going to be part of each layout. I'm going to bring in an XREF here of the title block. And let's see the Oh, okay, it's got another title block here. That's not the one I want. All right, so let's take that one away because I don't want that to be there. Detach. And this also gonna detach all of these XREFs here. It is always important to make sure that you only have the XREFs that you want and you need. Otherwise, you could create problems when you load another drawing into this one. So once again, XREF, attach DWG, and select the title block. Click OK, and we're going to insert it at 0, 0. And now I can see this content here. Now, one of the things I want to do is I want to explore something here. I want to create another of these objects down here. And maybe what I do I will create another one so that you remember how to create the attributes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place an attribute in a different layer as well. And so to create attributes, remember we go to insert, define attributes, and then we create the tag is going to be a number, revision number, and then the prompt is enter rev number, and revision number 2. So that they're different. Enter revision number, and the default is going to be number 2, just so that I know precisely which one I'm doing. Notes and left, and that's going to be right here. I'm going to place that right there. So this is number 1 and this is number 2. And now let's make sure that that's on the 0 layer. I'm going to put that on the 0 layer, always better. And then I'm going to enter the revision content and revision date. And so once again, 2 more attributes. Insert, define attribute. The tag is revision content number 2, just so I know. Enter rev content 2, and default is going to be rev content 2. And we move it to align it. And then we're going to make the, sorry, I have that layer being the current layer. So I'm going to make this the 0 layer, the current layer. And I am going to enter revision date 2. Because maybe we want to keep track of each revision independently. Sometimes we do that. And so I am going to do that. Insert, manage, define attribute, revision date, rev date 2, rev date 2. I cannot have any spaces, the tag. So enter rev date 2, and the date is going to be 02/08/21. Maybe that's what I have. And then I'm going to move it. I put it there because I wanted to snap to the same place. And done. Now we're going to save this drawing again. Remember, this drawing is called the sheet information. And I am going to now detach this XREF again. And that is saved. And so that's typically what we do to create attributes. Attributes, in order for the attributes to be activated, remember the drawing needs to be a block or to be inserted as a block. So I could make this a block and then just insert that block all the time. Or I can leave it as a drawing and make sure that when I bring it to drawing D, I insert it as a block. Let me move this here. And see if I can right click clipboard copy. Let me do right click, clipboard, copy with base point. And I'm going to delete it. Now I have it on the clipboard, delete that and delete that. And I'm going to bring in my title block. And see, this is the presentation that I need to do for next class. And so for drawing number 2, I am going to insert my title block. So insert xref, xref. And we're going to find the title block. Click OK and insert at 0, 0. Right? I'm going to go to layout and make sure that it is center. And it is in the right place now, right? So I got layout 1 done. I'm going to delete these extra layouts here. I don't want to have any layouts yet, except the one I'm working on. And that's always the best practice when you're setting up your first page. Now I am going to insert as a block the sheet information. Okay, and it's right here. So click on it and bring it in. See, I'm bringing that in, and I'm going to type 0, 0. And now I get all of the info here. And let's see what we got. Revision content, revision number 2, content 2, and then revision 1, plan check corrections, and that. So click OK and get out of here. And so now I can see that. So I'm going to double click here, and then we'll say, okay, that's the revision number here is going to be number 2, just 2. The revision content number 2 is going to be plan check 2. And the date can be some and the date could be 2/8/21. Maybe I have that as the new one. And so double click here because that's out. So I'm going to move it just like that. Maybe I need to move this triangle, or I need to move the block up a bit. Maybe I'll do just that, move the whole thing up a little bit. And to the left. Great, so we are here on A1. Remember that for your project, let's look at the presentation requirements that you need to have in project number 2. Okay, so it says based on as-built dimensions, create 2 rooms. Create and rename layouts as needed, insert title block. with all the information. And one sheet displayed the as-built condition, and the other one displayed the proposed design and a detail of the workstation arrangement. Okay, so first thing I need to do here is to create viewports, right? On drawing D, which is the drawing I am in, I should have the existing, and I should also have the other drawing that I need. I need two drawings here, drawing B and drawing C. Let's open also the diagram. And it says here that I need drawing B and drawing C. Drawing B is the existing, drawing C is the proposed. Okay, and so this, we said it was the existing, and so now I am going to insert drawing C. Okay, so insert, attach, or XR, same thing, and attach the WG, and I'm going to do drawing C. Open, click OK, and just place it somewhere over there. So now this seems the same, right? Because I haven't done, I don't have I haven't done any work here, but I'm going to open this, open the XREF, and I'm going to make sure that in drawing C, I have the proposed furniture layout, right? Proposed furniture layout. And that's what you need to have in drawing C. Save it. Let's imagine that we have all the layout there. And now I am going to go back to drawing D, reload the XREF, and check it, and done, right? Now, in drawing D is where we do dimensions and annotations, remember. So I'm going to do dimensions again here for this proposed drawing. And there's got to be some dimensions that are different in the layout, right? And so make sure you do that. All the objects need to go in the right layer. Once we have all the annotations that we need, then we're going to go to A1. And on A1, we're going to have the existing. And then on A2, we are going to have the proposed plus a workstation layout. And so let me do this here. I'm going to open propose. And I am in the propose here. And for example, I am going to draw a desk. And then I'm going to draw a chair. I don't know if I have a block. Let's see. Maybe I have a block that is a chair. I don't remember. No, I don't particularly have that. So let's create an object here that I can use as a chair. And so this is going to be 18 by 18. Move it here to the center and then move it out by 3 inches. Okay, so that's the chair. And then maybe we have a computer on top of the desk. And it's something like that. And I'm going to rotate this and then mirror. And move by 2 inches, kind of the separation. And so your layout is going to be a group of desks and so on and so forth. So I'm going to copy this again. And then I'm going to move by 2 inches as well. And then let's do that once again, right? Copy the whole thing and move by 2 inches. So maybe that's a layout that I am happy with for the desks. And then I can mirror that. And we have something like that. And then you have the layout for the whole thing here, but that's an idea, okay? So once I save that, then I go back to Drawing D, reload the XREF, and I see the work that I've been doing. It's right there. And so I am ready to go now to A1. On A1, I am going to create a viewport, right? I'm going to use MV and create a viewport. Place that viewport on the right layer. And now here we need to show the existing, right? On drawing in A1. Let's double click here and make sure that we have A1. And let's double click here and we're going to do existing. And 3/16 will be fine for this because 1/4 is not going to fit. So I'm going to select that and check the scale to be 3/16. Make sure that it fits. Once we have the object on the page, then I need the view title. So I'm going to go to View, Tool Palettes, and bring annotations, Drawing Title Imperial, right? And then this is also a block, remember. And so we'll call that existing floor plan. And the scale is going to be 3/16 of an inch equals 1 foot, 0 inches. Extend this line. That's typically what we do. North arrow is already here, so that's great. And you can put this in the right layer. It should be a layer for annotations. Done. And so now if I were to do a plot preview, I don't see anything. Why? Let's see, this is on which layer? 0 layer. Let's put it on the text. That's great. Zoom all. Oh, that's what's happening. Zoom extents. There's something really wrong with this drawing. Let me do a Control A. Don't see anything here. Zoom all. Control A. Let's open this title block. XREF. Zoom all. Yeah, there's something here. Oh, there it is. There are a couple things here. Let's turn all the layers on. See, all the layers are on here. And I'm just going to copy this part. Right click, clipboard, copy with base point, 0, 0. Done. Now I'm going to select everything and delete it. Now I'm going to do this zoom extend, and I am going to clipboard paste, and we're going to bring that at 0, 0. Zoom all, zoom extend, and there we are. There's still something here, seems to me. Layer, all the layers are on. Let's see if there are any XREFs in this particular drawing. No, no XREFs. So let me delete this again. Zoom all, Control A, delete. And now I am going to do clipboard paste at 0, 0. Zoom extends. Good. Save it. Save it again. And I need to reload it. Here. Something going on with this particular drawing. See, there is something here. Then let's do this. Let's do zoom to object. Zoom to window. And let's do a plot preview. No, it doesn't do that. Okay, so let me copy this. Let me delete actually this layout because it's not working out. And this could happen in reality. So I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to delete this. So I'm going to go to XR and detach the title block too. Okay, so paste it up. Okay, that's good. Architectural C. And we're going to do expand. Then my CTV is my CTV. The layout is okay. Click OK and close. Let's do zoom all. Good. Zoom extends. Yeah, there was something wrong with the other drawing. So now I'm going to do XR and bring the title block again. And then we'll have to do all the blocks and all of that, but that's going to be released. Zero, 0, and done. And typically I like to do the paste it up again so that we center it. Right now we're going to insert the block, insert block. And let's look for it. not here. So let's do this. And I should have it set it at 0, 0. Not a problem. I can just move it too. And there it is. So we're just going to change this now A1. We all know we can change everything there. And now I am going to rename this layout, rename to A1. Once I have all of this here, I'm going to also create a viewport, change the viewport to the viewport layer. We had done that before. And then we're going to turn the grid off and set this to 3/16. And now we'll do tool palettes, drawing title Imperial, and done. Now that this is set, then what we can do is right click on top of this layout tab and create move or copy. And then move to the end, create a copy, click OK. And now we have a copy here. Rename that copy to A2 and rename this accordingly, right? A2. Now on A2, we are going to have the proposed, right? And so I make sure I have the proposed. See, that's where my furniture is. And also on A2, not only do I need to have the proposed floor plan, but I should have also a detail of the workstation. Now that detail of the workstation needs to be at a particular scale. This is 3/16, but the workstation needs to be, let's see, at a different scale. And so 1/2 inch. So let's see if I can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a new viewport somewhere over here. I'm going to go and focus on one of the stations. And then I change the scale to, let's see if 1/2 inch is going to work. 1/2 inch is going to work, right? And in that way, I show the detail of the workstation. And I don't need to actually create another drawing. But I have a problem. I can see those other parts of the workstation. Maybe I do this. Maybe I just isolate that so I only show one. And that could be okay. Or I could use layers to make these objects in just one particular layer so that I can only show that. And actually that's what I need to do because I need to dimension this view as well. So I'm going to show you that. That'll be the last thing we're going to do. So the idea is that I only want to see one of these desks. And which one is that? Let's put a note here just to know which one it is. And then let's put there 1. What happened? Oh, standard. I need notes. Multi-line. And then 1. And we're going to middle center there. So that says 1. That's the one I need. Now I'm going to go back to model space. And you can see the number 1 there, right? No, let's delete that one. And so this desk is the is the 1, 2 on the right side. So I'm going to open this XREF as well. And now here on the original XREF, I am going to place this desk into a different layer. And let's create a particular layer, new layer, and workstation. And we're going to leave it as white, that's fine. And so I'm going to place these objects on that layer. Let's leave it give it a different color so we can identify, because if not, we'll get a little confused later. But so now we know that that's in the different layers. Save the drawing, get back to, I'm just using Control Tab, or I could go to Drawing D, reload. And one of the things that we need to make sure is that we see the change we did. See, that is in that particular layer. Now what I'm going to do is go to A2, and I am going to turn off in this viewport all the other layers. But it cannot be the 0, so let me see here. So I need to do this. There is a there is a system variable called visRetain, and I need to make sure that visRetain is on. And so I'm going to go to this other one. And then let's go back to the drawing. And let me see if I can do that now. No, everything is on there. Okay, so let's see what layers do we have here. Turn off this. Yeah, that's fine. That's what I need. Turn off the 0 layer, or whatever layer that is. And so I'm going to go back to that. And let's see if we can do that from here too. Turn 0. No, that's not what I want. I want this by viewport. So let me do layer. And so on this viewport, I'm going to turn off that 0 layer, and I'm going to keep the viewport color, viewport freeze, and I see all use layers, including XREFs. And so I'm going to turn off the 0 layer from the base drawing, from drawing D, drawing C. All right, well, let's do this. Let's put all of these in the furniture layer. And now, see if I can do it this way. And do this text. All right, so all I need to do is to turn off that other layer. So let me go back to the original drawing, and then we'll do that here. So open up. And so this is going to be on workstation, okay? So this is going to be on the 0 layer. All right, so that's good. Now go to here, XR, reload. And yes. So now let's turn this layer off here. And text. But I only want to turn that one on this viewport. So I'm going to go to the viewport here and keep that off. And let's change the viewport layer, the current layer, to that. Okay, now turn this one off. Let me access the viewport here. I'm having a problem selecting that, but okay, now from here directly. Turn this layer off. It's called nano text. Okay, and then get back on the viewport here. And that's all I needed. So once you do that, isolate that layer, then we can do a plot preview. And let's see what's happening again. This is viewport, this is viewport, and this is all 0. And let's go to layered by viewport. Okay, oh, that's what's happening. Open. On the title block, I have these on the sheet information drawing, I have these lines. And so I'm going to do this block editor. And inside the block editor, I want to make sure I delete all of those lines. And now we're fine. Close the block editor, save the changes. And now we're back. And now we have the plot that we need. So make sure that then you have that. So we have the, oh, and in this viewport, in this other viewport, make sure that you go to layer while in that viewport. You can do that like this, or select to open the viewport here at the bottom.